Welcome to Kyle's studio
Oh
apartment.
my God, son! You can't
in
even get it out of your
Goontown.
mouth. Stop. Stop.
Kyle's studio apartment in here in Goontown, USA.
Don't dox me, bro. Stop that.
No.
That's ridiculous.
If that's a place, then it's just absolutely abandoned
I bet
by now.
Goonerville is a place.
Goonerville.
That sounds like some city in the borders of Missouri.
That's
you know?
where I vacation.
Oh God.
Vacation Goonerville. Okay, enough of that. We are in a beautiful new upgraded studio. You're not seeing all of it, but we put in a lot of work. There's a lot of work behind the scenes here. These curtains are on a whole track all the way across the ceiling. Me, Jackson, Kyle all worked on it so hard. You'll see it on Kyle and Jackson's side. Welcome the boys.
Yeah. You don't have to look at my kitchen anymore.
No, you don't have to see Kyle's accoutrement, his fridge, his mirror, all of his decorum back there.
Yeah.
Anymore. It's a very professional studio, and I'm so proud of you.
It's the same place.
It is.
It's
I
the
just
same
wanna say
place.
that.
You wouldn't be able to tell. You wouldn't be able to tell. Kyle's living in a fully formed studio now. He has to walk through those curtains every time he wants to get a Sammy from the fridge.
No, we thought about that. Luckily, we can get that shit out of the way. This would be a little claustrophobic to do every day.
Function.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's behind the curtain. You're bringing people over, and behind the curtain here, that's the kitchen.
I'd forget where the walls are, dude.
Yeah. Just run into every corner. Oh man, that would be terrible. Well, we're so proud. We're so happy for you, Kyle. You put so much work into this place, and the set design, honestly, is incredible. It feels too professional for this show, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I wish I knew how to upgrade the show the way I know how to upgrade
how
my
to upgrade the
space.
set design and,
But
and the look of the whole
hey,
thing.
we're
I mean, it's
working on
incredible.
it.
It makes me want to work harder on bringing my aspect of it
I
to the
noticed
table.
the document was well and filled
it's
out today. It
totally
wasn't
filled
like
out.
5 words in a row. Like
Yeah, it was. I'm bringing quotes. I'm bringing articles. I'm bringing sources, which is a huge improvement on what I've been doing. We can cut the intro music now, I think. Where this is the funny
Wow.
thing is, I'm calling you out, Kyle. I'm calling you out.
It's nice to let
It
it
is
ride
a great
little
song. It's a great song. But this has probably been the longest intro we've had by far, and it was starting to get to me, so I had to call it out. Anyway, this is the funny thing
Anything for
is,
you, boss.
the show where we laugh about ourselves and each other. Yeah, this is my new Kyle. I start doing more work. I start calling out things I don't like.
Bit. Yeah.
I'm not holding back anymore. This is my show, and I'm taking center stage, and I'm running this bitch now.
Damn, which boot camp did you go to?
Do you want me to hit the new button that I discovered?
No, don't hit the new button, please.
Are you sure?
Please, I'll be good.
Yeah,
Don't hit the
exactly.
new button.
I
He's
just
going to
have
hit it at some
I
point.
just have a gun to
guarantee
your
it.
head all the time
Yeah.
now.
We just had the discussion that we'd want less soundboarding happening a little bit. At least it's more spaced
Listen,
out.
that was one person's opinion. At the end of the day, I'm gonna do me.
You're gonna do.
I
you're
think
gonna have
it's
your
fun. I'm gonna leave it open.
But
no
this
matter
new
what.
one is just taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
You don't even
I'll have
want to
to.
know.
I'll have to organize it so it actually makes sense. But yeah.
I guess we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. The show where we laugh about each other. The funny thing is, probably.
The funny thing is, will. Sorry,
Boing.
it was my
Nice. That's Kyle's doing all vocal sound effects now, apparently. So
radio
please,
stings.
Please bring back. Oh yeah, a vocal.
Funny thing is,
Funny thing is,
Madison.
70101 Goonerville.
At
No.
420.
not
At 420.
Goonerville.
Not Goonerville. Not
No.
a real place.
Well, you don't know that.
As
It
far as
might
we know.
be.
As far as we knew, we're now christening this studio Goonerville.
No, stop. The more you go
it's
on,
official.
people
I
are
say
gonna
it on
say
the
that.
podcast. It's official.
It's
No,
not official.
Please don't say that. It's not official. I rescind
Don't.
my statements.
I live here, bro.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
are you doing to me?
Yeah, I rescind my statements. Stricken from the record in the eyes of the law and the courts.
And the Lord.
We've got an
And the
exciting and the
Lord.
Lord, of course. Don't forget about that guy, girl, who knows? We'll find out later in this episode. We're going to talk
It
about
turns out they already
several fun
found him.
things. Turns out already found them and he died. Or she. So we've got Olympics. We're talking about the Olympics close today. Congratulations,
Yay.
Olympics.
Good job, sports.
Good job, sports.
You
Good
all
job,
did it.
USA. Good job, everyone. Good job, Steph Curry. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, scrolling down, Bulldog. We're talking about more international news as far as Bulldog is concerned. Raw dogging on a plane, question mark?
There are 4 of those question marks, actually.
Yes, there's 4 question marks. Just the confusion is can't be put into words. That's what I wanted to ask. When we get to it, I'm going to ask you guys what you think that means. We're going to talk about The Love Has Won, the Cult of Mother God documentary that we talked about a little bit last time. I made some jokes that I want to totally backtrack on. Keep that motherfucker Father God in prison for life. Jason Castillo, he deserves to be in prison for life. All those people are evil. Terrible. Terrible. We're going to try to find the funny in it, though. And to sum it all up, to culminate the whole episode, we're going to be talking about a personality quiz that I'm going to take. We're going to be taking the quiz, and then we're going to be talking about the results. Which Marvel character are you? We're going to find out which one I am.
Yeah, we'll have to make it official. You're the biggest Marvel fanboy I know.
I am.
You're going to get pissed.
Yeah, I
the
can't
most
wait to find out
knowledgeable
that you're Loki or
Marvel
some shit.
fanboy, comic fanboy out there, simply because I listen to it and I watch it all day, every day. I've seen every movie. It's official. I've seen every movie, every show. I caught up on them recently.
Wow.
After seeing Deadpool, Wolverine, I watched the Marvels, which I actually liked. I like a lot of the really bad ones that no one likes, and that shows what kind of a fan that I am.
Yeah, great. So you're Ant-Man.
I'm not Ant-Man. I'm not Ant-Man. I'm going to call my shot right now. I'm Spider-Man.
No, you're not.
No.
I am
No,
him.
you are not
I am
Spider-Man.
him. I am Spider-Man himself.
All right, Seth, give me a Spider-Man quip. If you were wearing the mask, what would you say?
Okay, give me a villain that I'm talking to.
Doctor
Dr. Disrespect.
Doc Ock.
Dr. Disrespect. Yeah.
Maybe you should have cleared your internet history before you fought me, villain. No.
You made Peter Parker somehow nerdier than he already is.
Maybe you should.
Here, okay, you walk in.
Oh no, my glasses.
Okay, I walk in. Give me a
into
scenario.
you walk into a room, and you see Dr. Disrespect messaging a minor in the Twitch DMs.
Oh man, I should have. I've got that assignment due later. I don't know.
Dr. Connor's class. I forgot all about
give me an
it.
actual Spider-Man villain, please.
He's
Any
gonna
of
kill
them.
me.
Mr. Lizard.
Dr. Connor, yeah. The
Dr.
lizard
Connor, the lizard. All right. Hey man, maybe use some moisturizer on that rash.
Yeah, okay,
you dry
you started
scales.
kind of good.
Yeah,
with the
you started
moisturizer.
kind of good. It feels like you have the beginning, and then you
I'm
like
not-
are cooking it up as you
Okay,
go.
I am, of course. What
Yeah.
are you talking about? I'm cooking up as I
Okay.
go. Spider-Man has time while he's fighting to think of the quips.
Yeah,
And
that's
I don't
mostly
have
what he's
that.
doing.
I don't have I don't have the space provided by
Do you think
fisticuffs.
Peter Parker just has like a notebook of funny quips. Like,
Oh yeah,
if he's
yeah,
anything
for sure.
like
he's
me,
right.
he wakes up in the middle of
He's
the
got
night
his
and takes a
type
note.
5 all written
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
He's got it for every fight. It's the same thing with Batman, where with enough prep time, Spider-Man will have unbeatable quips. No one can out-quip him.
It also probably
In a-
comes from J. Jonah a
in a
little
fight.
bit. He's always calling Spider-Man out. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, he's got his rose. He's got all of the negativity in his head so that he can make fun of himself on the spot too. Maybe is that what you're saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna get into that. I'm very excited about that because I'm gonna crush this quiz.
Beat this
Starting-
personality quiz.
Yeah, I'm gonna win this fucking personality quiz.
And
Don't
I'm
you
gonna
have
be
any doubts
Spider-Man.
about it.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
prove
be
it.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That sounded kind of hulky.
I honestly think if this personality quiz works, I could probably answer every question in a way to get any character that I had in mind.
And that's
beforehand.
usually how they go.
Yeah, I could.
We'll see.
It's the same thing with like the house sorting in Harry Potter
Yeah.
world or those house sorting games. It's like you know which one's gonna be which. You know what's gonna lead you where. It's not that hard. You'll just be shocked. Most people are Slytherin. Most people are. That's what I found. I found that I turned out to be Slytherin just by answering from the heart. It's not that hard to become Slytherin, it turns out. Anyway, the United States won the Olympics. You heard it here first. The
We
closing
won.
ceremony
We won the whole thing.
was today. some very big things happened. The medal count here, we're pulling it up. We tied with China in golds. We each had 40 golds. We've got the tier list here. So it's the United States, China, Japan, Australia, France, Netherlands. Australia, France is not a place, but I would like to go there. Australia did pretty well. If you think about per capita, the number of people they have, it's much lower.
How can you
than
say
places
that?
like China
Seth,
and the United States.
We just watched the Ray Gunn video, like
okay, that is
20
true.
minutes
the
ago.
Ray Gunn video is wild, and considering if that's the talent they're working with down there, look at all the golds that they've got. Look at all of the silvers and bronze that they've got. They did pretty dang good. 53 medals for Australia. Congratulations, Australia.
Less than half of the medals.
My
that we
home away
collected.
from home. Congratulations. Less than half. Yeah. The United States crushed with like 126 medals.
Overall, yeah.
Overall. We have everyone beat in silver and bronze, and then we're tied for the most in gold, and that's what put us over the top to win the Olympics. Congratulations, United States. There were some crazy bouts. I just watched. So the women won the basketball final, I think, today or yesterday, and they won by 1 point.
Nice.
Which was crazy. It was 67-66. Came down to the wire, and the women pulled it out. It was crazy. It was the United States versus France for both the women's and the men's. So for the men, we were playing against Victor Wembanyama, who, if you haven't seen him, can you pull up a picture for me, please? I just coming up with this on the spot.
Yeah. Can you spell Wembanyama for me,
Yes,
please?
I can spell it. Victor, how you would spell Victor? WEMBANY.
Yeah, you were cheating. You were cheating.
That's how you spell it.
Oh, good job, Seth.
Look at the images of this guy. He is a freak of nature. He was the #1 pick last year in the draft by the Spurs. The Spurs are a terrible team. Look at that. Look at his like arms spread out wide. You can see this guy. This guy's like 7'4" or something like that. 7'8" maybe. He's a freak of nature. There's a lot of images of him where he just looks actually like a human Slender Man. Everyone was giving, that's him compared to a normal-sized human being.
He's jumping.
He's jumping there, but I mean, you can imagine, you can do the math where if he would be standing flat, he would still be an entire half of a body taller than that guy. Let's see some arm action. Yeah, the arms spread out wide.
I already showed that one.
You already showed that, yeah. He can literally stand like flat-footed and dunk, pretty much. That's pretty
awesome.
much. That's how he operates. There's a lot of real freaky pictures that we don't. Look at the one of him blocking this guy.
I don't know.
Up there, right there. His arm is as long as this guy's entire torso, and his head. Like,
that could be perspective of the shot.
Oh,
it's like a Gandalf
well,
effect.
still, you get the idea. It's Gandalf effect, but in real life. You guys aren't understanding. You aren't hearing me. So anyway, he's incredibly talented. He's like 20 years old too. He's so young, and he's playing in the Olympics, and he's going head to head with the United States.
Is he from France?
He's from France.
Gotcha.
Yes. So he's from France. He moved to the United States for the NBA. He played his first full season. I'm pretty sure Rookie of the Year, without a doubt. So we played them. There's a celebration that Steph Curry is just unstoppable in the Olympics. He was unconscious out there. He was draining threes, so many clutch threes at the end of the game. When it was getting down to the wire, France is trying to, create a comeback. Wembanyama's hitting threes. He can shoot too. He not only can he dunk, but he can shoot. With that frame, it's insane. And they get within 6 points each time, and Steph Curry just comes out there, boom, buckets. I wish that we could show the video, but apparently they're being taken down on YouTube because it's only NBC that can show it. But each time that he drained a three, Steph Curry and all of the U.S. team was doing this celebration, the sleeping celebration. I want to know what you guys think. Give me your worst answer.
It's a little disrespectful.
Give me your worst. Yeah, I mean, it's in the
like
Olympics. That's what basketball. It's the same with the breakdancing. You think like you would never see like taunting and stuff in the Olympics. You would think because it's a world stage.
That's
it's
part of the
respectful and all
sport,
that
though.
stuff. But
it's like
part of the
resident
sport. It's at
sleeper.
the core of the sport of breakdancing. and the core of the sport of basketball to gloat and showboat. And everyone does it, as far as I'm aware. But what is your worst answer for what you think this means? What is this signifying?
Sleepy. Like
Sleepy.
boring.
Boring. I'm bored of playing against you guys. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That would be a good celebration.
My worst. Okay, I wanted to give a worst answer.
You give your worst answer. You give your worst answer.
Pillow princess.
Pillow princess. You guys you're getting fucked essentially.
No.
That's a really good one too. I like that a lot too. I had a really good worst answer, but now I'm spacing on it. Dang.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, what I think it actually is, it's like I think it's actually like either like you're boring me. I think it's like unconscious. He's playing like he's asleep. He's doing this in his sleep. He's playing unconscious. He's just like going
It's not
crazy.
a competition.
It's not even a competition. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is.
Which is why I think it's kind of BM.
He's just doing it. It is BM for sure.
Total BM, dude.
He's BMing on them. Yeah, put him to bed. That was another one that I thought it could be. Like send him home.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I
tuck him in. Tuck him in.
Seems like the real answer. I don't
Oh,
know.
this is my worst answer. Sleeping with the fishes.
They're gonna kill him.
You gotta wiggle your hands.
Yeah,
wiggle your hands like a
sleeping
fish.
with the fishes. You guys are sleeping with the fishes.
Whoa,
in
you
this
learned that
game.
technique from breakdancing, Seth?
I did.
Yeah.
I just
Straight
hit the
off
mic.
Ray Gunn set, dude.
Ray
Damn,
Gunn.
bro.
That's my Ray Gunn impression. The Olympics were incredible. Yeah, it was awesome to see even the final quarter of that game. I didn't get to see the whole thing.
It seems like you only watched basketball, Seth.
I didn't watch a whole lot of Olympics. I saw all the stuff on YouTube. I didn't have any Peacock logins or anything, so I was just whatever.
Well, for those of you that caught a little more of the Olympics, you may have heard about the controversy surrounding Emin Khalif, the Hungarian
Butchering that
boxer.
pronunciation, but we're just gonna have to accept
Okay,
it.
call me out.
I'm not just calling you out. I would butcher it too. I'm just saying that's just the reality.
Could be
of the
Iman.
situation.
I'm not totally sure.
Iman.
But whatever.
Khalif.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I made like a one-off joke last time. That
we did
was
you
like,
dirty on that because no one acknowledged it or responded to it at being like, it's a joke. Haha,
No.
very funny joke, Kyle.
But then, of course, like the entire week after that is just
there's
like
all this
people
stuff.
being like, "Why is a man beating up a woman?"
Yeah.
Like you fucking dipshits. Like I
We
don't even want to go down the rabbit hole of the argument because it's
Yeah.
dumb. It's
It's
just straight
terrible.
garbage. And to have people like Elon
Yeah.
Musk and fucking Jake and Logan Paul and like I
Right.
don't know, all these celebrities,
People
B-list
shouldn't
celebrities,
be questioning anyone's gender, and transgender
no,
people
she
should be
qualified
allowed
for the fucking
to.
Olympics. She's not even trans.
She's
That's
not
the thing.
even
We can't even
trans.
have
She's
that
fully a
discussion,
woman.
Seth, because people are like,
Yeah.
this cis woman definitely was a man. Like you're,
That's
oh
terrible.
my god,
It's terrible.
It's
It's
disgusting,
tragic,
and I
and-
feel horrible for Iman here. I have a couple
Yes.
links to, like, so
To summarize
after
the situation.
that initial bout, I can't even remember the name of her opponent, but the
Yeah.
one that cried and everyone started freaking out. Her next opponent went to Twitter and posted, or sorry, X, went to X and posted this.
Wow, that is so disrespectful.
Isn't that fucking
This is
disgusting?
you see, this is beyond like what we're seeing in the breakdancing and basketball. This is like straight up
yeah,
bullying.
transphobic.
This is transphobic.
It's
This is
I
the
don't even
utmost
know what to
disrespect.
call it. Like
it's there's no words for it because it's just terrible.
yeah, but she won that fight and actually went on to win gold in her weight class. So shouts the
Congratulations.
fuck out.
Yes, prove them
Beat all of their
wrong. Like,
asses.
yeah, there's no
'cause-
doubt. You worked your
oh
entire
my
life for
God.
this. No one can take this away from you. You are a gold medal winner. Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations. You deserve it. What country?
Hungary.
Hungary. Yes, this Hungary
think.
boxer.
I
Yes.
hope I have that right.
Well deserved, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there's been nothing to say that they didn't deserve it, other than just prejudice and people accusing
People
of
just
something.
being weird.
people just
like,
being weird. It's none of your concern. It's not going to cause any issues. I personally believe that trans athletes should be allowed in all sport.
Same. It's
Um,
but
I
yeah,
think-
I don't
think-
know. It's also
I think
such
allow
a huge
everyone to play and
yeah.
then figure out the rules after the fact. You know,
It's such a huge insecurity for so many women
Yeah.
too, to be like called masculine
my
or
God,
manly.
yeah.
Like, bruh. Like, not that I'm. How would I know if
It's
that is the
classic
case
bullying,
for her?
that's what
But
it
yeah,
is,
exactly.
you
It's
know?
just like, I don't know. Any of those people tweeting that, like, how would you feel if your wife got transvestigated for,
Wow. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or your
It's
daughter?
totally uncalled for, totally unacceptable, and it's you prove them wrong. You know,
Yeah, absolutely. Beat the ass.
beat
Win
their ass.
gold.
Don't let them bring you down.
Yeah, fuck
You know?
yeah.
Classic conquering story. Overcoming obstacles is huge, and everyone loves to see that. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles is an icon. Clearly, of course, everyone saw the photo finish, 100-meter gold win for Noah Lyles.
Here it is for the people that didn't see.
Here's a picture of it. This is not the one used to determine, but Noah Lyles, you can see in lane 6 there, beating Jamaica for the gold.
Everyone finished within like
Yeah.
however many 0.03 milliseconds of
hundredths
each
of a
other.
second.
Like so close. Yeah.
Tenths and hundredths of a second within each other. So that was
All
was
right.
good to see.
But you told me you were talking about how
Omega captures. This
how
is
they
the actual
actually
photo.
do this. Yeah.
This is the
here.
actual photo. I think I saw it was either John or Hank Green talking about it, and that's how I discovered how it actually worked. Because this photo doesn't look exactly right. You know, it doesn't look like you're not seeing all of the landmarks that are actually on the field. You're seeing the signs for Omega, which are actually on the field. But it's kind of the people don't look exactly right either. It's a little like blurred or weird. So how it works is it's the sliver of the finish line that is being photographed like, thousands of times in a second while they're crossing the finish line. And this photo, this image is actually all of those photos of that sliver of the finish line put together next to each other. So it's spanning out to create a full image of the finish line at each, millisecond of that finish line.
I think I understand.
So that's how they're able to put those slices in there. It's like actually in between the photos. So you can see it's not the foot, it's not anything crossing the line, it's the chest. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So they've got the markers there indicating
where each person's chest
where each
contacts the line.
person's chest is contacting the line, or where each person's chest is at the moment that Noah Lyles is crossing the line. So you can see it's intersecting with his chest there. It's the farthest line ahead. That's how they determine it. And the Omega symbols, the Omega signs there, they are photographed within the camera, and it can only be captured by the camera that is photographing this finish line. So it's like, it's crazy.
Like kind of like a built-in watermark.
It's like a built-in. I assume that it's moving with the. Yeah, it's a watermark. It's built into the camera. It's like moving across the frame at the same rate as it's being photographed, so that it can display. It's really unique that they can advertise that way on. Of course, they would want to advertise it on the photo finish, so that everyone can see it. Yeah, it's fascinating.
So what I'm
Very
hearing
cool
is
technology.
Lightning McQueen shouldn't have won.
Yeah,
Because
Because they're
tongue.
measuring from his like chest,
Yeah.
or like his chest.
Yeah.
His tongue is like that guy's foot that was ahead.
I think that cars rules don't apply. I don't know. That's how it is in the Olympics, at least.
Same
It
universe.
may be different. Same universe. Yeah, maybe they'll build on that next year. Why isn't NASCAR? Why isn't F1 in the Olympics? Huh?
True.
Yeah.
That would be cool as
That
hell.
would be awesome.
That would be so
That
cool.
would be sick.
Apparently, breakdancing isn't coming back, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I heard
sucks
that.
because the breakdancing was really cool. I saw the bronze medal bout, and I saw the. We just watched the gold and silver medal bout.
Right.
That
I
was
had
super
I had
crazy.
only seen the Ray Gun clip, and that's what most people were seeing. So
Yeah.
then most people weren't watching.
So
the
that's
Olympic
the
break
theory,
dancing.
is that's why it was.
I mean, it
canceled, because it was embarrassing.
It played a role for
Yeah,
sure.
that's terrible.
I think
All the
because
negative
that
press
clip
it-
went
yeah.
mega viral.
Yeah.
But like the gold and silver match is fucking crazy.
Oh,
if
the
you,
gold
if you
and
guys
silver
haven't
is
watched it,
super
it was
Phil
very
Wizard.
cool.
I'm really
Yeah.
disappointed that they aren't bringing it back. It's really sad. But we
We'll
got
see.
flag
We'll see.
football. We got flag football to look forward to.
Yes, we do.
So
Was there
I'm excited to see
skateboarding
that.
this?
There
time?
was skateboarding.
I need to go
I
back and
missed
watch
it.
that.
I missed
yeah.
the skateboarding.
I
That's
was
what I'm
looking
saying,
for
is,
it, and I did not see
If
it.
if I had the time, or if they had like the actual ones that I wanted to see, I think that's the beauty of the Olympics, though, is that you're seeing these sports that you don't normally get to see, that you don't normally care about, and you get to see all the intensity, all the training, and the peak performance in all of these sports. But I wanted to see cool shit like skateboarding, breakdancing. I wanted to see the triathlon. I wanted to see all that stuff. The basketball, especially. It's just hard to because it's playing at so many different times.
Did you see the
hard to
stuff about
organize
the
and stuff.
swimmers?
I was
for
just
the
gonna
triathlon.
talk
They
about
had
that,
the
yeah.
swim
They
in the
got sick.
Siam.
Yeah.
There
I
was
did
one
see
that got hospitalized for Ebola.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. That's terrible.
Yeah.
How did they not treat the water, or
They tried.
is it
They tried.
Is it like a maybe foul play kind of thing?
No,
Or is there any
no,
theories
they're-
about that?
Probably just naturally.
It's just a dirty
Oh,
river.
wow.
It's like the
Well, not
Thames
naturally.
River in the UK.
They're
like
like-
it's just it's all of their sewer systems or like a good chunk of the
Bro.
cities dump into that river and have for
Ew. And they're having them
hundreds of
swim in that
years.
for the Olympics? That's terrible. It's like swimming in the Chicago River
Yeah,
for the Olympics.
that really is what it's
they
like.
tried
yeah.
to control some of the dumping, but that doesn't make a difference
Oh,
for how
God. Oh,
Yeah.
God, that's terrible.
I saw an image comparing the water in that river compared to Rio in 2016, and it's
Right,
very funny,
right.
honestly.
Hold on. Let's see the Noah Lyles Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
don't want to move on from that.
No wonder he
Not just
won.
any card.
Yeah. This is what we were theorizing. Does he just have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in his chest, and that's how he was able to get the extra length to win the match?
This was from the prelims or trials
what's
or
he got
whatever.
there? Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
He's a nerd just like us.
Just like us, except he runs really fast.
Except he's quick. He's the quickest man out there.
If he can do it, so can
He's
we.
the quickest guy. He got the gold medal for quickest guy.
I really hope Blue Eyes touched the finish line first.
Dude, do you think he had it on him?
I
for the
really
fucking
hope so.
race?
I would think he did. I don't know. It seems like his
I
like
don't
little
know.
totem maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just for the qualifying, so that was a while ago. But but very cool. Very, very funny to see. I'm happy it was Yu-Gi-Oh! And not like some... What is some other cringe card game?
I don't know.
Oh, what is it? It was like a Gary V card or something.
Oh yeah, it's a V friend.
It's a V friend.
I have shoe.
I would have liked to see Divorce Dad's card pull out.
I have
Have you seen that?
I
Audio
have,
Opera is who does the
some
Divorce
cool
Dads. It's
dudes
very cool.
trading cards that are pretty neat. They're basically Divorce Dad trading cards.
Dude, Audio Opera is incredible. I forget the guy's actual name, but super funny guy, and he does Divorce Dads. He has like a whole animated show about it. It's things like The House is like a holographic The House is the biggest card that you can get. Otherwise, there's just a bunch of weird names for empty beer chalice or something like that. It's a bunch of items that a divorced dad would have. Very fascinating game, and it's actually playable too, which I think is cool.
Yeah, well, that doesn't sound cringe then, Seth. It sounds
It's
like we
not
need to
cringe.
play this game.
No, I like that one. The V Friends would be cringe.
The
The V Friends would be.
he
cringe.
pulls out his phone to show the digital copy of his V friend because they didn't get physical shit, right? That was an NFT thing.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Ha, you've triggered my
So what
trap
did you wanna-
card.
Did you want to
3 power drills that are all dead.
Yes, 3 power trolls that don't work. It's exactly shit like that. All right, so Bulldog is back in Denmark as of a couple days ago. People in Denmark are rejoicing for the South Korean Samyang, I'm butchering that, foods products being returned to the store shelves in Denmark. Oh God, we're getting through an ad clipping here. Anyway, so Bulldog went all out for this. The brand Samyang went all out for celebrating the return of Bulldog to the shelves. They had a bunch of social media influencers gathered on a ferry that was decorated with the bright colors of Bulldog and all the. They were eating Bulldog on the boat. And, there were people I wanted to pull up the articles. There's a bunch of cool pictures on it of fire breathers and all that stuff.
That's got to
On
be the shittiest
ferry.
looking
It's all
boat.
decorated.
How many people?
I don't know, a bunch of social media influencers.
I don't know.
It was in the Copenhagen harbor. But yeah, you can imagine, because the reason it was removed was because Denmark. Let's see here. The instant ramen line. The Denmark Veterinary and Food Administration found the noodles high capsicum level.
Capsaicin.
Capsicum. I don't know what capsicum is. I think that's a
that's
spice. It's
That's what capsaicin
it's a
is.
seasoning. Capsaicin level posed a serious health risk
Wow.
to people, like because people
It's
would be
too
nauseous,
spicy.
vomiting. That's what they found.
I'm
don't
just
believe it.
imagining this boat, the poor toilet
Yeah,
on board.
exactly.
And
It's
also,
in
I just wanted
a
to
Dave
make the joke
Matthews
that they,
Band situation where people swimming by the boat get shit just dumped on them because it's overfilling.
yeah, they probably drove that thing through the Sean right before the fucking Olympic.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
event.
ran through. That's why there's Ebola in there apparently.
All the bulldog shits.
all the bulldog shits. No, so happy for Denmark. Everyone's celebrating the return. I thought it was hilarious that they did a whole celebration for it.
Everyone in Denmark is rejoicing.
It's so good. It's awesome. So yeah, congratulations, Denmark. You get to eat all the food that we get to eat. Now.
Woo!
You get to enjoy your
Not all the
bulldog spice
food.
flavors. Not
Yeah,
all
I
the
doubt they
food.
have everything.
They don't have Yellow 5.
They don't have
No
Yellow
real
5.
Mountain Dew.
Damn, they're missing out. I love my Yellow 5. What is the whole controversy with that? That it
Carcinogen, I bet.
Yeah.
That's what it always is.
Okay. It's like cholesterol type thing, or what?
Causes cancer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, carcinogen
Oh,
is
it's not a
cancer
cholesterol
causing.
issue. It's cancer causing. Then why the fuck are we
Well,
allowing
I
it?
don't think it's because we don't have those same findings. I guess just the rest
okay.
of the world decided.
Or like
The
something
rest
like
of the
that.
world.
We
has
have like a
this
more
sign.
lenient like
Sure.
Our
gap,
FDA
yeah.
is way more.
We're
lenient.
not allowed to use cane sugar in our Coca-Cola, but we're allowed to have cancer-causing carcinogens in our Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Pick a lane.
Listen, we're
Pick a
not going to
lane,
say
USA.
Mountain Dew causes cancer.
We're not going to say that on the
that-
pod.
Well, didn't-
allegedly.
Didn't
Allegedly.
they say that isn't aspartame a carcinogen now too?
Shit,
Which is used in
Jackson,
like every
maybe.
diet soda.
Ass is a carcinogen?
Aspartame.
I don't know what that is. What's
It's
that
like
used in?
the fake sugar that they use in diet sodas.
Oh, okay. So it's not cane sugar. It's not corn syrup.
Nah.
It's something else. Aspartame.
It's just fake sugar, I believe.
Aspartame cancer. Carcinogen.
Possibly.
Possibly. It's possibly a carcinogen.
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure it was like every other country said it was. And then
Mm.
US of
Nah.
course is like, oh,
Allegedly.
maybe.
What are we gonna do? Shut down Coca-Cola? Come on.
They're too big to fail.
All right. Well, that's all I had. I just wanted. We touched on it before when it was banned. I just wanted to keep everyone in the loop that Denmark. If you want to go to Denmark and you don't want to bring your bulldog with you, they got it there for you. Moving on. So we've got an article here about a 17-year-old in Nebraska. This is a New York Times article. It's from a couple weeks ago. But I thought it was just fascinating. If anyone's familiar with Nightcrawler, the movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, however you say it.
I always say Gyllenhaal.
I always say Gyllenhaal too. So he is accused of derailing a train and posting the crash video online. So it's a train in Nebraska. We can just abandon this article.
Okay.
Another
I don't know why
paywall.
It's everything is paywalled. It wasn't for me on my phone. So the investigators reviewed security footage of the area and saw a person walking towards a railroad switch and then walk out of view of the camera. And this is according to like the court documents. And then a few minutes later, the person can be seen running and walking back to the car and then returning from a different angle with a tripod and setting it up beforehand before the train derailed. And police came across the person there, and he was like, "What the heck happened? Like, do you think it was the switch? Do you think the switch did it?" And he filmed the whole thing and posted it on YouTube. This guy's a real life
my
Nightcrawler.
God, dude.
He's causing
you
crimes,
kidding me?
and he's filming it.
He's
and he's
17.
posting
He
it on
must have
YouTube.
just seen Nightcrawler for the
Yeah,
first time.
and he was like, "I can do that too."
oh my God.
Or
I
just
what
uses
an idiot.
TikTok.
So apparently it was
Yeah,
like
for real.
it wasn't millions of dollars of damage as far as the article said. Apparently it was like
For derailing a train?
$400,000 of damage.
Did
I
he
don't know how
not
much a
see the
train
shit
costs.
that happened in Ohio 2 years ago? You
was
remember
that?
when
Oh,
that
yeah.
it was the vinyl chloride explosion or
Oh
whatever?
shit!
They were
on
like,
a train.
Health
Yeah, do you think
warnings
he
for the air
knew?
quality.
Yeah.
For
Do you
like,
think he knew what was on the train ahead of time?
No, I don't think he did.
He was like, "This is a good one to
God.
target. This one, no lives, no souls on board.
just
except
wanted
for one."
content, baby.
Yeah, just good content. Good. Yeah, that's the Nightcrawler shit is crazy because that is an actual industry of people that are selling like crash footage and all of that stuff to news. Everyone they will eat that shit up. So that's what he was trying to do. He was probably trying to get as many views as possible on it. Hopefully people would use it on the news to see the video that he posted and credit him for it. He could start his own business, crashing trains and filming it and posting it on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is what it was just a prank, bro. This is where pranks are going nowadays. 17-year-old TikTokers.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't kill anybody.
He's
it sounds
very
like.
lucky.
What
There was no
what the heck?
casualties.
Oh my god.
I believe the video's been taken down, so I don't think you can find it out there. But crazy what people are willing to do to go viral nowadays
For some clicks.
for some clicks. Raw dogging on a plane. What do you guys think this article is about?
Cooking hot dogs on a plane.
Cooking hot dogs on a plane. Jackson.
I was thinking like some official like politician got caught
Like yeah,
having sex on
yeah,
a plane or
doing
something.
something on a plane. It's not that. Apparently, raw dogging it is what everyone's calling it, and that's what they're calling it in this BBC article. People are riding on planes for
Without
7
music and
hours.
movies.
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
this.
You knew about
I
this?
did,
Yes,
yeah.
I
Yes.
did. I did
Yeah,
know
so
that.
people are going even with no food, no water for these long flights, like 7 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours. This person said just raw dogged it. 15-hour flight to Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. An Australian music producer posted that.
Dude, why?
Yeah, I
Touring
don't
food
get it.
on
Why?
TikTok, blinking as if to stay awake. No music, no movies, just flight map. They can look at the flight map. That's all they can look at. They just
Well, there's a
essentially
screen on every seat.
stare
Yeah.
straight forward and don't do anything for the entire flight. And Erling Haaland, I don't know, I'm butchering the pronunciation of all these foreign names, but he's a Premier League soccer player for Manchester United, or Manchester City, Manchester City. And he posted, if you click on the article, I think you could see the post that he actually made on Instagram. He raw dogged it for 7 hours and he said easy. I think it's like a test.
A
Test
mental
your
fortitude.
might. A mental fortitude. That's Holland. The look on his face after no phone, no sleep, no water, no food. And he said it was easy. It's just like a mental fortitude. Like, you don't need the phone. You don't need anything.
Why
who
do
ha-
that on an airplane
I don't
though?
get it. I don't get it. Like, what is the... I think it started because some guy literally just forgot his stuff. And he was like, fuck it. Let's just try it out.
But what? Yeah, why not sleep? Why not drink
Yeah.
water?
Why not? I don't know.
Just
Yeah.
proving your
It's
toughness.
proving your mental toughness
And I
on a
don't know.
plane. of
You
all
could also
places.
just take that picture and say that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That
I
probably
don't
is a lot
know.
of what they are too.
I think that people are
I
actually
didn't even
doing
go
it.
to the bathroom.
And there's a whole bunch of quotes saying that this is like actually dangerous for these long flights. Like you can have like some vein issue.
Yeah,
Can you go back
you're-
to the document here.
If you don't stretch
I've
like
got it on
at
my
all.
phone here. Let me see. Yeah, if you don't move, if you don't stretch, if you don't go to the bathroom, all these things can cause health risks.
Especially in an airplane because it's so cramped.
Yeah, so if you're not moving, you're at risk of deep vein thrombosis. And it's compounded by dehydration. So it's stupid. This is a quote from the article. Not going to the toilet, that's a bit stupid. If you need to go to the loo, you need to go to the loo. Just do it. Just
Fucking Brits.
don't be holding
The
it in
loo.
for this raw dogging it trend. First of all, and why are they calling it raw dogging? Where did that come from?
Because you're
Just
going in raw,
dogging it.
Yeah, you're
dude.
going
Going
in
in raw.
Going in raw.
It's
No
crazy.
protection
No protection. No protection for yourself.
for your boredom.
It sounds like self-inflicted torture with literally no incentive.
Yeah.
Said someone on
It's
social
not like
media.
they're like being like, oh, we should do it like we
Yeah.
did in the 70s and
No,
actually
no,
talk to
there's
each
no
other
reason.
and do crossword
Hey,
puzzles.
pass me
You're
a
not
cigarette.
doing
will ya?
that.
Can we, let's
Are they
smoke
not
a couple.
talking too? I guess they're not saying no talking. They're just saying only the in-flight map.
Yeah.
Just stare forward. Like, it's no benefit. There's no benefit other than bragging rights, saying I raw dogged it. And who's gonna care? Who's gonna be like, wow, congrats. Yeah, you're really in tune with yourself.
I raw dogged an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, I mean, people do it driving all the
Yeah,
time. It's not that
exactly. What?
impressive.
My radio's busted. What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
Not drive
what?
somewhere?
You're supposed to not. You know what?
So you
We'll
didn't
just make
pee
it
at
to
all?
the next
I raw
exit.
dog
We won't
work
pull
every
over.
day.
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I listen to stuff.
No, I
need-
don't
need
either.
my
I was just
podcast
proving
to
a
be able to
point.
work.
We
I
have
need
special
music.
circumstances,
We do have
Seth.
special
Most people
circumstances
don't
for
get
that.
to listen
I'm
to
very
shit.
grateful for it, and that's why I will continue working there. It's one of the many benefits.
So I
Social
can
media
listen to
is ruined
podcasts
the
So I can
soil.
listen to shit though while I work. Yeah, you know. That's what I liked about driving delivery too, is that I got to listen to podcasts, got to listen to music,
That's true.
just
I
cruise
guess.
on the road.
Yeah.
I think that's another benefit of having your CVD. What is that license for driving semis?
Yeah.
CDL.
CDL. Yeah.
Your CDL. You can just drive. You can listen to your music, listen to your shows.
Jackson and I know a little bit about trucking. If you want to get into
Oh,
that.
yeah, brother.
Yeah, I know you guys.
We
do.
got some
I
driving
know you
wheels.
Yeah. I got.
That
Yeah.
was
I
in
got.
truck
sim.
We've done some long drives in truck sim. Those we raw dog for sure.
Yeah.
I've done 15-hour deliveries completely raw dog, just me and the
have
road,
some
baby.
like drone
And a
semis out there
convoy.
so that you can. It's so free. Like have a computer operated semi on the road. We don't need self-driving cars. We need computer.
Oh, you're saying hook
cars.
me up to a
Hook
real
you
semi.
guys up to a real
Oh.
semi.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
Do your
You
then-
have not
oh yeah.
seen us
Because then the
drive.
I
drivers
haven't
have
seen it.
no dangers to
guys-
themselves
yeah.
either, so it's like
Yeah.
less incentive
Yeah,
to
I
be
think that's
more
even
careful.
worse actually.
When we're trucking, we're
than
always
having
going
computer-driven
90 and
ones.
driving on the
Yeah.
shoulder. Just
There's
a
a-
big traffic jam, just go right around that shit.
You guys are crashing your trucks, getting
Yeah.
towed.
Oh,
all
no,
over
I
the
I've
country.
flown like feet up into the sky.
Literally rolled end over end in a semi. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's a
keep,
secret.
keep these guys off the road with their computer operated trucks. I see what you're saying. It's not as fun if it's real.
Do we
All
get
right.
into this?
I guess
now?
this is the next thing on the docket. We watched the documentary on Max after finding out that Jason Castillo was arrested in Madison.
Yes.
Turns out he's actually from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
he's from
He's
Wisconsin.
from Wisconsin.
He's from
Oh,
Wisconsin.
gee
the
whiz, he's from Wisconsin.
home state. Coming home to Madison.
No.
Where Jason
Cheese and
Castillo
crackers.
is from. He was on Love Has Won. You can do a whole remix based on Joy Reigns and Love Has Won. So this is a series. It's 3 episodes on Max. It was by Hannah Olsen, executive producer Hannah Olsen. Came out in November 2023. All of these events apparently were within like the last 5 years, 5-10 years. This has been happening. I've got a couple. First of all, what is the documentary about? Kyle, can you give us a little bit of a rundown?
What? What?
I can tell you what it's about, but
it's
I
a-
just wanted to throw you in there
yeah,
because you were also
honestly,
a watcher of this documentary.
So I've watched a lot of cult documentaries,
Yes.
right? Like one of my favorite ones was the Nexium documentary. If you've
Yes.
never seen that,
Yeah.
because those cults are so large and connect to like so many like business executives and stuff like that. This is
right,
didn't hook me in that way, right? It's
No,
a very small
it's very small
like,
scale
group of people that were just
in
like
Colorado.
posting on YouTube constantly. Like that was part of
Right.
their.
They're just online. They're starting their own
Yeah.
websites. They're
But
selling stuff.
They had the belief that this woman, do you have her name here somewhere?
Her name,
I don't remember.
think I wrote
Whatever.
it
They
down.
called her Mother
Oh
God.
my God.
And
yeah.
honestly, it's
Amy Carlson.
Amy Carlson.
Amy Carlson was her name.
The whole documentary at the end didn't feel like it was so much about cult stuff, but like severe alcoholism. You know?
Severe
They-
alcoholism.
they
and
were like,
silver
oh,
poisoning.
Yeah, Mother God like connects better with. She breaks the veil when she's wasted, and like
yeah. It
one of-
literally became like a pain management thing, which is really sad.
Yeah.
It got real sad, real sick. There's not a whole lot of funny in this, but we did find some nuggets.
one of
here
my
and there.
favorite quotes was like, I've never seen someone drink like that. Like, she must be a god.
Yeah,
like,
she
literally,
must be
she's just
God.
like, she
She
drinks
must
and
be
smokes
inhuman.
constantly. No human
Jesus.
can withstand that. But yeah, anyway, so they were like, oh, she's gonna ascend and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and she was just
Basically
dying.
about the death. It's
Yeah.
about the death of Amy Carlson.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, she
We
did die.
watched
We
this
didn't know that
documentary.
last time.
So you don't have to. Yes. It was very sad. This person died. Mother God is no longer with us, but Father God,
Greetings, love
the
beans.
final Father God, Jason Castillo, is still. He's finally in jail. Hopefully he won't ever be let out. But
What? He got arrested for like disorderly
got
conduct.
arrested
I'm sure
for
he's
disorderly
already out.
conduct. Yeah, I
Honestly,
don't know.
that's not.
He probably is. Whatever.
Yeah.
Don't fall into his shit. He's a terrifying human being. So I've got some of my favorite quotes from the documentary. So there's this guy Dylan, right? He was there, I think, for the entire thing, right, all the way to the end.
I think so.
He was one of those guys that was there all the way to the end. I did a lot of psychedelics, so I would start to see things that would prove the reality that I live every day wrong. So when I heard that God was on the planet and she's a woman, I was like, that makes total fucking sense.
I'm glad you wrote this one down because I was looking for
It's
it
one of the
earlier.
very early. It's one of the very early quotes in the documentary. On the first episode, it's 3 hour-long episodes, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, this just sums up the whole thing perfectly to me. Everyone is just blown out of their minds on drugs, just high constantly.
Yeah, one of the guys was like, I had to go earn money to keep weed on the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
To keep food, weed.
No, not even.
not even-
He didn't
yeah,
say
just weed.
food. He just said weed.
Just enough weed on the table. One of the second Father God, I think.
You mean Father Multiverse?
No, not Father Multiverse.
No,
he came in
was.
later. He was
Yeah.
not the second Father God. There was this guy who she started this whole thing with, and she just kind of took it.
Oh
the
yeah, and
stratosphere.
also
There's
their
the old
finance
guy.
guy. Their finance guy was crazy.
The
Did
finance
you-
guy was
yeah.
insane. Miguel.
Yeah.
Miguel is an absolute criminal, and he was not on the documentary. He didn't do any interviews, at least,
Right.
because he ran away like a bandit with all of the money. All of it was under his name.
Yeah. all
Everyone
of the properties
pooled their
that they
money
bought.
in. Everyone came in, and they pooled all their life savings together.
And
in
then
this
just started
pot.
pumping out content
Just started
about Mother
pumping
God.
out content, selling colloidal silver, all this shit.
Yeah, selling a bunch of tinctures and oils
Yep.
and shit like that.
Yep,
Holistic medicine
selling
stuff.
a whole health nut stuff, not real medicine to people who are susceptible online. There's another quote here. I'm just going to go through these quotes here. She looks just like Marilyn Monroe, if not even hotter than her.
I mean,
I guess so. I thought that was going to continue to the rest of the
I literally thought the starship would just come, right?
just the starship would just come, right? That's what we all thought. How can God work at McDonald's? She put the love in the food.
Oh my god.
That's one of the guys talking about, like,
Yeah.
we're not going at this straight through. We're going in through the back door. We're going in through the back door, spreading the love and spreading God's word. And then this is a wild quote that came through later. Like, you're kind of contradicting yourself here. The back door for ego is sleep and food. Apparently, sleep and food is the back door for ego. So that's why they were limiting themselves on sleep so that they could do these, these shows, these web series, and they were limiting themselves they were starving themselves, like actually starving themselves. They were actual skin and bone out there, because really what it was, I think it was Miguel who was saying that, because he was in charge of all the expenses, and one of the people who just joined got in a lot of trouble for trying to get a slice of pizza, for like going across going somewhere in
that's
town.
Right. Yeah.
Getting a piece of pizza, and they were like, no food.
We don't spend money on
We don't
that. We have
spend
to
money
buy
on
Mother
that.
God a
We have
hot tub.
Yeah, we have to buy Mother God a go-kart.
Yeah.
Where's Mother God's go-kart? Where's
so
Mother God's
awesome.
go-kart?
It's like the
Come
mega
on,
church
guys,
pastors
donate.
that are like,
Where's her
God
go-kart?
needs me to
She
have a
wants a
private jet.
go-kart.
Made out of solid gold.
Yeah.
He told me.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. It's so funny. Jason Castillo. This is a quote about him.
Yeah, one of the other
he came
members
onto the
said
scene. He was christened Father God, the final Father God, and he was just doing meth, and he was just acting like a lunatic. There were kids in the house, which is the saddest thing ever, and thank God that the grandmother came and took them out of there, because their mother brought them in.
Everyone that joined the cult was literally at the lowest point.
Yeah.
Their
It's
entire
so-
life.
that's
how
when it
cults go.
happened. Yeah, I it's just so obvious that how she was targeting these people, and
Yes.
you do feel bad for some of them
Yes.
because it's like
Saying that she can
Yeah, they
cure
got taken
cancer.
advantage of.
going or even going back on their beliefs
Yes.
means like so many horrible things
Mm.
to them
Mhm.
because it is what pulled them out of like some of the worst shit that you could possibly go through, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
It's what they leaned
But
on.
Jason, his low point was it sounded like being a houseless person in Los Angeles. So that's where they pulled him from or found him.
Yeah. And he just found them online. I think all he had was like a phone to his name, and then he came in, and this is a quote from someone else. He was just being a dick, embodying all of the lower masculinity you've ever seen on the planet, all in one vessel.
Yeah,
And that summarizes
That's
it. He is
Father,
just-
baby.
That's Father God for you. He's a massive dick. He's a terrible person, and horrible to be around.
there were also there were kids living at this
Yeah,
compound
that's what I
and
was
shit
saying,
too,
yeah.
and he was like
Blasting metal
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
They were listening to like some nice, like soothing music, and then he just starts. He's like, "Nope, this is not what we're listening to." Just starts blasting heavy
See,
metal.
this is me.
All
yeah,
the
here,
kids
wait.
are. This
Let's
is
see.
this is power. I just took that from you. That's raw power.
You see that? This is me. I'm the father.
Yeah.
This is all the energy that I bring. Turmoil, destruction.
This is what raw power looks like. I just did that, and you can't stop me.
Yeah.
Because I am power. It's crazy, yeah. And the argument for keeping him around, according to a lot of people, was just
She's
that
God.
she was God, and that she was taking on all of these negative aspects of humanity.
For all of humanity.
For all of
Yes.
humanity to cure them and to get it out of the world.
Like Jesus.
Like Jesus.
And it's not because he was one of the only people crazy enough to literally force feed
Yeah.
alcohol down her
Oh my
throat
God.
at the
Force
end.
feed, alcohol, colloidal silver, just shots of it.
Dude, she was straight
It's the only thing she was
blue
eating.
at the
Yeah.
end.
Oh,
Like
blue as can be. A
early in
blueberry.
the documentary, she's like, "Oh, you can't turn blue from colloidal silver.
Yeah,
That's
there's
crazy."
a lot of people
she's
saying
like
that.
dark blue.
They're just not making it right, and they're ruining it for the rest of us. We make the
Yeah.
good shit, and she is just So this is she has the Galactic A Team. She has like a little that one of her followers had like a poster, and it's just a bunch of like scrapbook pictures of people plastered on there. So everyone in this picture, the scrapbook picture, is no longer alive, but they're on Mom's etheric team, in the stars. So we got Saint Germain, Mr. Rogers, Steve Irwin, Tupac, John Lennon. He had a different name. I think it was like Ashtar. He's the commander of the main starship. We got Whitney Houston.
Obviously.
We got Robin Williams. He's like the go-to guy that they're communicating with in the documentary.
public relations from the starship.
Yep. He was apparently the one who said like we can reach more people. We can like turn this into a bigger thing. And
He didn't
Elvis
actually say that, by the way. They heard that in 5D. space
exactly.
or
They
whatever
heard that in the
fuck.
fifth dimension.
Yeah.
Which is their whole deal. It's like 5D.
I'll
we
never
don't
go to a
3D
3D
hospitals. We don't.
I would never set foot in a 3D hospital.
Yeah.
That's a death sentence right there.
It's fake. It's not real. Their whole belief system is that like this is the Matrix. It's like they're living in this fake world that isn't real. None of it. All the 3D space stuff is not reality, which is the fifth dimension.
Wait, so what
I
happens to
mean-
the fourth dimension?
I don't know. I guess if you skip the fourth dimension, it doesn't matter.
I literally thought that starship would just come, right?
Yep. So we've got Elvis Presley was apparently her son. Chris Farley, Carrie Fisher, Donald Trump. He's in the physical, but he's on the team. He's still alive, but he's on
He's on the squad.
the etheric team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what their whole belief system was just like fifth dimension, love. Like, you know, she had been reincarnated. She was Jesus. She was the fucking Pompeii.
Cleopatra.
She was Cleopatra.
She was.
What was
were
the
you
Hawaiian
trying to
one?
say Pele?
Pele, the volcanic god
Yeah.
of Hawaii. There was a whole part of when she was dying that they forced her to move to Hawaii.
Yeah, they just started dragging
They
her
just started
around the
dragging her
country.
around no matter what she would say. And yeah, that's where she said, like, I need to speak. I need an announcement. Like, I am the god Pele. And that's when the Hawaiians freaked out, kicked her out of the country.
Yeah.
And there was this whole segment where, like,
The state, right?
the state, the island. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Jackson. So they sold a lot of colloidal silver. It's manufactured and sold. And they were saying, like, you know, like, people are trying to stop everyone from selling it because guess what? If this cures everything, then the hospitals don't make money.
It doesn't, dude. Colloidal silver, like, it originates as, like, pre-antibiotic. Like,
Yeah.
that's what people would use. And what colloidal silver is, from what I understand, is literally just, like, microscopic amounts of silver diluted in water.
Yeah.
Right? So there are a lot of, like, old school medications that are like that, like essence of lavender and shit, you know, that
Yes.
people think that does something by drinking lavender scented water.
Right. It's the same thing with, like, whatever it's called, where it's just a microscopic amount of, like, some heavy metal or something with water.
Right, exactly. So it had a huge resurgence during COVID. Like, that was a
Yep.
big thing people were
Yep.
saying initially, was like they were not only taking whatever fucking horse dewormer that was, they were also like,
Right.
oh, take the colloidal silver right next to your bleach and you won't have COVID anymore.
Ivermectin or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that?
ivermectin. Colloidal
Ivermectin.
silver was on that list too. When I looked up colloidal silver, that was actually the first thing on the
Mhm.
World Health Administration's page, was like, don't try
Yeah.
and cure COVID with this.
So it's the U.S. Food Drug Administration has acted against some manufacturers of colloidal silver products that are making unproven claims, saying that the products can treat cancer, AIDS, COVID,
Which was their
shingles, herpes, acne.
There were like a lot of
Snake oil.
videos of these
Snake
people
oil.
on YouTube being like, yeah, anything from cancer to a cold, colloidal silver
Yep.
will cure you, and
Yep.
that's where like the cult stuff gets really dangerous. Like, just
Right.
or holistic medicine as a whole is when you're
just
like
claiming-
replacing
replacing actual
real
medicine. With
medicine.
it.
Yeah.
Is terrifying. So referring to colloidal silver, this is a quote from the documentary. They're advertising it on their web series, and he's saying, "In summary, get your Kool-Aid," and then everyone bursts out laughing. And then in the background, there's some guy who's like, "It's not going to kill you; it's going to give you life."
Gotcha. That was a
Which is
reference to
it seems like they know that it's a cult.
yeah.
It seems like they know they're in a cult.
Yeah.
And they're just making jokes about it, like, ha ha ha, drink your Kool-Aid, when it actually is fucking killing them. The fact that they're not getting real medical help, it fully turned girl blue,
Yeah.
fully turned Amy Carlson blue, and you know, she had a whole life before this. I don't know what. It was a combination of, like, lots of trauma, lots of all that stuff that set her on this path. I think she abandoned her kids.
Yeah, she had like a whole
Series
family.
of bad relationships, and it was just, yeah, her
She just
family
dipped.
she just abandoned them one day, and her family reached out and wanted to help her, and by that point she was just too far gone. It was just there was no coming back. She had several panic attacks. This is where it gets really sad. Several panic attacks where she realized, like, you know, what if I just made all this up? What if none of this
That
is
was
real?
the craziest part. Is there were moments where she was
She
like,
had
"This
clarity.
is all a lie,"
She
like,
had clarity at several
Yeah.
moments, but that's what it is. It's just a moment.
and then everyone else is there
And everyone else
reinforcing
is-
her, being like, "No." Like,
when she
it's
was
not.
when she was like really downhill and dying and requesting to go to a 3D hospital, everyone was like, "No, you can't go. They're not going to help you. They're going to kill you."
Right.
So
Gosh.
even when she was requesting, like, she had just liver failure,
brainwashed
organ
them too well.
failure. That's the thing, is that no one around her, this is what, like, a journalist in the area was saying, that, like, reported on this. No one around her at that point remembered Amy Carlson.
No one knew Amy Carlson. They only knew Mother God. So no one was going to think about the person, Amy Carlson, at that point. They only saw her as this non-human person. Anyway, in summary, she sadly died because all these people killed her by not
she
taking
also
her to
kinda killed
She
herself.
also did it to herself. It was a group effort on that
a
one.
group
I mean, she
effort.
couldn't walk for many months before she had died, and they were still like
because of alcohol
Yeah.
poisoning. She couldn't walk.
So
She
it's
couldn't
not
feel her feet.
Yeah, I don't know.
And she was fully blue by that point. And they
Da-boo-dee,
carried
da-boo-da.
around her like mummified corpse.
Yeah, they wrapped her in Christmas lights.
They
and
wrapped her in Christmas lights
Weekend
and
at Bernie's
blankets.
her.
bag. Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's her. They drove her across the country. They had her for 12 days.
Yeah.
Like 12 straight days in their car in a tent. They were talking about at a certain point. They were like waiting for. They were pointing at the clouds. Every like image where they talk about starships. The starships are around. They're here. There's thousands of starships out here. The most we've ever seen. Like while she's dying, because they think the starship is gonna pick her up.
I literally thought that a starship would just come, right?
That's
yeah.
the panic of realizing that there's no starship. What do we do with this body? What do we do with this
And then
body
you
that
have
we
like
have?
they like encountered some other campers or like a park ranger at one site, and then
Yeah.
had to move after that.
Yeah.
Like
No, and they were
Yeah.
pulled over, and she was
Yeah.
laying in the back. And
they
thought that it
literally
was just someone
put sunglasses
sleeping.
on her.
They
Like,
literally disguised
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And eventually the police came across the body and arrested everyone. Miguel had already ran away with all the money. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy story. And most of the people are still doing it. Most of the people, Jason Castillo started a new cult, Joy Reigns,
Mm-hmm.
in Wisconsin.
That sounds happy.
And it's not happy. It's tragic and it's terrible. These two crazy girls are still doing like 5D healing or something. They have like a web series they're still
Oh
doing.
jeez.
There was like a screenshot of their live stream, and it showed like the comments on the side. First of all, it was like blessings. It was like a bunch of people that were fans. And then the second frame of it that they showed was just a bunch of people being like, "You're all insane. You killed her." Like they were saying, they're convinced that this whole thing was a success. She ascended. Everything is
Well,
fine.
she finally
God
did
is
it,
still
guys.
here. Like God is still around. The people killed her. Everyone killed her with their evil, with their bad vibes, and not believing in her. That's what killed her. But yeah, it's just a tragic story. Tragic story. The saddest part I thought also was when her family, Amy Carlson's parent, like mother and sister, got her to like join Dr. Phil. She called into Dr.
Oh
Phil.
yeah, she went on. I forgot about.
She was
that.
on an episode of Dr. Phil
He'll take anyone,
He
dude.
really will.
while she was in Hawaii, and dude, he didn't offer any fucking help at all.
He never does.
And that's what they were hoping
That's
for.
his thing.
They were hoping like offer her like some sort of like helping hand, like we want to like bring you over here, we want to like bring you home, we want to like reunite you with your family.
Yeah, the help that Dr. Phil offers has like been pretty bad in the past. Like he's the one who sent like Catch Me Outside Girl to like some fucking child labor camp or whatever,
Right.
Like that's the kind of treatment they were using from that show for a long time. So the other thing is like having watched a decent amount of Dr. Phil clips, like just not being in the studio for one, like he's not going to offer
He's
you
not gonna do anything.
because he can't get a real read on her at
Yeah.
all. Like she's
All-
just there like presenting
All he was
this
saying,
delusion.
yeah, she was presenting her delusions, and all he was saying was like, does anyone else find it funny that she drinks all day, that she's an alcohol, that she drinks
Right.
nothing but alcohol? Does anyone else find that funny? Like basically just shitting on her for her beliefs.
That's what Dr. Phil does
saying
to
you're
everyone.
crazy, you're in the wrong here. Like that's all he does. He's not gonna try to Clearly, she was in terrible. Everyone there was in like terrible mental health. Like, no one knew what reality was. They clearly needed like medical professional
Sounds
help.
It's like schizophrenia or something.
It's straight up. It's delusions. It's you know what it is? It's a ton, and a fucking cubic ton of drugs.
Yes. Yeah.
Like shrooms, LSD, hallucinogens, meth, anything you can think of.
Mhm.
They were on it, and they were on it all day. They were on weed all day. They were on alcohol all day. Just drunk all the time, high all the
And
time.
then shoot arrows.
That was how
flaming
they were going
arrows.
to try to dispose of the body, but they ended up driving it back to Colorado from Oregon, and it was just this whole tragic story. Anyway, Jason Casillo belongs in jail. Whole bunch of people belong in jail that aren't. They can't really charge them with anything, supposedly.
I mean, yeah, they. It makes sense that they weren't arrested for
Yeah,
this, but
yeah, because
I
she-
guess I don't think jail is what these people need. They all need like serious rehabilitation and like
It's just-
deprogramming.
if you know
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
that is, because it's all people that are just desperate and searching the internet
Vulnerable.
for answers, vulnerable. These people are covering every conspiracy theory on the planet, and they are leaning fully into it to hook people because that's what people want to hear. They want to hear their thoughts echoed by someone, and it's really terrible. So thank God there was this one person's mother who started like this whole Love Has Won exposed page, like really trying to get into like exposing these people for what they're doing. Like, look at their health, look at their skin and bone. They're starving these people. They need well-being checks. There is a reality that it is their own decision, but do everything you can to help people out in that situation, because this is what can happen. My full thoughts on it is, this is a thought that was echoed by Lucas, and I kind of agreed, is that there's so many people in the world that are like this, and you hear like the crazy shit that they say and just think it's like nothing you've ever heard, but it's everywhere. There's lots of people that are spewing shit like this, just like nonsensical shit. It's just a matter of like who gets a documentary that like really gets the spotlight on it. It's really more rampant in the world than the amount of documentaries they make on it.
Sure.
I don't
I
really-
mean, we watched.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to call out anyone like too hard or anything, but we
Sure.
watched like
Sure.
some Breaking Amish and stuff like that, and even that, like, there was like none of the kids were going to the dentist. Like, most children
Yeah.
were losing all of their teeth by the age of 12. Like,
Damn.
it like some of those communities border on that like
It's-
cult like very potentially harmful. Not even potentially, just straight harmful.
straight up harmful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lack of like real world educated like medicine is going to kill people. It's not going to end well. It's going to cause severe health issues.
Right, and obviously not all Amish people are that
No,
extreme.
no. We're not totally dissing Amish beliefs.
Right,
No,
exactly.
not at
yeah.
all. That's not what we're getting at. We're getting at the
The-
extreme cases.
Yeah, fundamentalists, like people that are
Fundamentalists, yeah.
very like, yeah.
Just trapped in their beliefs. It's crazy. They're totally trapped in their beliefs. Amy Carlson was held captive by her beliefs, and she died because of it. I've changed my mind on that a little bit because, there is a different level of this shit where people die. And that's the shit that gets documentaries. You know what I mean? That's why this got the documentary.
Like the
ultimately.
Manson family.
No one would have. Yes, the Manson family. There's all of those other cults with
Yeah.
like the Kool-Aid stuff that I don't know by name.
That's
Heaven's
Heaven's
Gate,
Gate. Yeah.
Heaven's Gate. There's all of these damaging. There's also the wide-spanning ones that are on a different tier because they involve so many, like, huge,
Quiverful.
corporate executives and they're broad-spanning. They're like worldwide cults. But when people start to die, that's when the story is going to be told, which is the
It's
the
either
sad
that
truth
or
about it.
like in the case of Nexium, just
Yeah.
like horrific sexual abuse. and-
horrific, horrific crimes.
Crimes that
being
have
committed.
already happened.
Yes, crimes.
like the
Once the
police.
crimes have been, that's the really sad thing about it, is that it doesn't get really spotlighted.
Until after shit's
Yeah.
gone down.
Yeah, by these documentaries, which is like you can't really change anything about that other than just being educated about like news around you. I'm glad that we watch this now, knowing that this is in fucking Madison, is terrifying. Like, to go nowhere near Joy Reigns. No one should even know about Joy Reigns. I feel bad even for spotlighting it, but I think people need to know the danger of shit like this.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like
It's not to be taken
I don't
lightly.
know. People do profit off of these stories and stuff, but it is good to know like
Yeah,
how these
at
things
least a little
function
bit.
and like the patterns that
Yeah.
exist within
It's
these
predatory
kind of
behavior.
communities, because like there was that thing with like a TikTok cult a couple years ago too, where
Yeah.
like all these young people are going out because they want to live on a commune, and like I understand the idea of that in some
Dude.
regard, like exactly what you were saying, like you want to find
Yeah.
like-minded people to reflect
Yes,
your own
yes.
beliefs, but like when you're in that echo chamber, like
Yeah.
shit can get dangerous and
Yes.
weird, and especially if you all have like untreated mental illnesses
Yeah.
and are constantly using drugs.
Right.
Like,
right. Yeah. Dude, that's another funny thing that Lucas and I had the same kind of observation about. Like, there's like 5% of the beliefs of this document, like of whatever Love Has Won, that I kind of agreed with. There was like 5% of the shit that they were saying that I was kind of like, I can get down with this. I could go live on a commune with these people. It was like the
Oh my God.
like the corporate world. It's all just paper. It's all just paper. Like none of this shit like holds any value. It's just paper that will turn into ash.
I can definitely see why they're like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, I have
There's
also
5% of the stuff where I'm like,
disenthused with
Yes.
society.
Yes, there
and
was a
feel
part where they were like,
yeah.
everyone has this feeling in their gut that like stuff in the world is fucked, like it's wrong.
Yeah.
There's inherent issues that are wrong in the world, and everyone feels it. You feel it too, like
That's how they
I
hook
was like,
people.
Fuck yeah,
They
that's
try
how
to
they
relate to them,
they
and then
cover
they sprinkle in the
everything.
crazy shit.
They will hit on the core issues, and then like sideline the crazy shit until it like you're really
Until you're in.
until you're in.
Until you're locked in, it can't
When
leave.
you're locked in and can't, like, that's really what it was. It got to the point where believing that any of this was wrong or like coming around to that realization was worse than dealing with the shit that was right in front of them, Like, it was worse to actually deal with it and fix it than to just like go with it. Just keep believing it, because it's too terrifying to think of the alternative here.
Right.
That I've been wasting years of my life living in this shithole, losing all my money because this shit is fake. That this person died for no reason. That's
Yeah.
more terrifying than just going with it and being like, yeah, I'm gonna be this weirdo. I'm gonna continue believing this stuff.
Yeah.
It's easier to do that. So yeah, that's the summary on it. We watched it so you didn't have to. But yeah, be careful out there. It's out there, and
It's a jungle out there.
It's a jungle out there. They will fucking pounce on you if you're vulnerable. Moving on to the main squeeze.
Yeah,
the
let's
main
have actual fun now. I
segment.
don't think we
This
found the
is actual
funny in
fun.
that,
We
Seth.
found it. Okay, there's a little bit. There's the quotes. There's the sound bites that I liked.
You're right.
There's some wild shit to laugh at there. But yeah, no, shit got heavy fast. The actual fun of the episode. We're doing a Marvel quiz.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
find out. We're gonna do a couple quizzes. Am I right? Depends on
Yeah,
how
I
fast
have
we get
two
through these.
here. So here, let's do this one first.
Yep.
I think this is the longer form one.
Sure. And when you're done with that, I want to hear the
Oh
the
yes,
sound.
your intro music.
My intro music for my entry into the Marvel universe.
All right.
This is classic. I'm surprised that they actually haven't used this. This is royalty free, right?
Yeah.
It's not hard to ape. So here we go. This is the first
All right.
question. Kyle, go ahead and read the
So we
question
have
for me.
a disagree and agree spectrum. So
Sure.
we have 5 options here. Question 1: I enjoy tinkering with technical equipment.
So we're answering for just actually me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be Spider-Man.
Technical equipment. I'm gonna say I like tinkering with like building things, and there was a time in my life where, if we had like an old computer or something that was just going to scrap, I would like look at the circuit boards. I would like take it apart. I would build skateboards. I would build my own
So
skateboards.
somewhat agree.
I would say dead center.
Neutral.
Just because I'm not with the technology aspect. I would take
Right.
technology apart. I wouldn't be able to put it back together.
I am more of an armchair general than someone who leads from the front.
Oh, I totally disagree with that. Absolutely 100% disagree. I'm on the front lines for sure with this shit.
All right.
Um,
I am someone who has a lot of secrets.
ooh. I would say that I have a fair amount of secrets. I wouldn't say that I have more secrets than the average person. I'm very open. I'm very willing to like come forward
so
with
too.
like my flaws and stuff like that. I would say, so what's the closest to disagree without being disagree?
Somewhat disagree.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that because I have my things I'm gonna keep close to my chest.
Yeah, okay. I keep others in the dark about my true intentions.
Ooh, no, I don't think so. I don't think I think I'm totally going to disagree with that. I think that my true intentions are good.
Everyone
I'm not
does,
gonna
even
hide
the
that.
villains.
Okay, that is, maybe I get a villain on this. Is that what you're trying to say?
People often refer to me as ambitious and driven.
I'm pretty middle of the road on that, I think. I think people see, you know what, maybe a little bit more. Maybe somewhat agree.
Yeah.
I would say somewhat agree is fair.
You're a go-getter.
You know,
You're definitely
I'm doing
ambitious.
this show, you know. I'm trying to
Yeah.
do some fun things.
People have told me that I am honest to a fault.
Definitely. I can't tell a lie. As soon as I try
That's
to lie,
true.
it's immediately like I maybe I had that at some point in my life. I had that skill. It's gone. Long gone by now.
When others are in trouble, I tend to
Right.
feel their qualms as if they were my own.
Are you an empath?
Yeah, are you?
Oh, totally. I am super empath. I really feel for people and their issues. I agree on that.
I devise extensive schemes in my own mind and have great confidence in them.
Ooh, I would say somewhat agree. I have, a lot of it is like hindsight, but I also I think this is just anxiety. Like, do you have anxiety? Because that's exactly what it is. Like,
Yeah.
just planning every fucking scenario out to try to counteract every potential issue. Yeah.
But do you have confidence in them?
I do have confidence in them. Sometimes I enjoy doing that because it helps me walk into a social situation not feeling like I'm unprepared.
Sure. All right. I work better alone than in groups.
All right, better alone than in groups. I would say disagree.
This isn't because you want to be an Avenger, right?
I would say, yeah, I want to be on a
Because you work by yourself for the most part.
You would say so?
I think so. I mean, you have a larger team, but
I think
you
okay. You're talking
fulfilling,
about in
like-
my actual
Yeah.
job. No, but in every aspect of my life, I very much lean on my
You're
friends
right,
and my
you're
family.
right.
I would say fully disagree on.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Some have considered my methods to be unethical.
Are you Deadpool?
How does that?
What are your methods
What
like,
are my
Seth?
methods? Not unethical. I don't think.
Are you gonna use guns?
I'm not gonna
gonna
hurt
kill
anyone. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cheat.
Yeah, how are you going to bring justice?
I'm gonna bring
Well,
justice.
if there's a really bad guy and
and
he's like
being
destroying the city,
truthful
are you gonna kill him?
and abiding by my morals. I think that I'm very ethical.
All right.
And I stick to my morals.
Disagree. Others have often misunderstood my morality and way of looking at the world.
I would say no.
That makes
think
sense.
I'm evil.
I would say no.
I seize the initiative by striking out at my opponents before they have
they've
had
had
a
the
chance to
chance.
adapt.
I would say yes. I somewhat agree with that.
You throw the first punch.
I somewhat agree that
Yeah.
I'm the first one to be preventative.
What's
All right,
Cobra Kai?
scenario.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
I'm always up for cracking a joke, no matter how serious
Oh,
the
agree,
situation.
100%. I can't take any scenario seriously. You know that I'm always trying to fit a joke into any situation. Others have referred to me as dominant and hard-headed. No, I'm pretty soft and malleable
You're
guy.
submissible.
As our
I'm
friend,
pretty
Submissive.
submissible. I
as our
guess.
friend Bird would say, you're prey-coded.
I'm
Seth.
prey-coded. What kind of hero is prey-coded? Am I like Mary Jane Watson? Like,
You're just a normal person that takes photographs.
Being average is a terrible thought for me.
ooh, I would say not terrible. I would say somewhat. Somewhat agree. I don't want to be mid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be extra. That is kind of a fear of mine, I would say.
I try to do the right thing, even when doing so could get me in trouble.
100% agree. 100% agree. I will
Alright.
lay on my own sword. I will be slain by my own petard, hoisted on my own
I
petard.
use bluffs and diversions to gain an edge over my opponents.
Agree. 100% agree.
You're gonna be like
I need to
fucking
get every
Hawkeye,
advantage that I
dude.
can get. Every advantage that I can get.
People have said that I can be arrogant and egotistical.
I would say dead center on that, honestly. Like, I've heard it from both ends.
I am usually the smartest person in the room.
Ooh, I would say dead center on that, too. I can't agree or disagree
I'm glad
with
you weren't
that.
like full on agree.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
No. Not even somewhat, to be totally honest.
Others have referred to me as headstrong and or impulsive.
Definitely. Oh my god.
Definitely. How many cars and phones
yes.
and shit have you broken
Yes.
on some dumb
Yes.
impulse?
Very impulsive.
I regard the well-being of others as their problem, not mine.
Disagree. I would say 100% disagree. I want to help out whenever I can.
Ever since I was a child, people have had great expectations for me.
I would say somewhat agree.
I think the highest expectation is that you might be a dentist.
Yeah, I would say somewhat agree. You know, people believed in me, and they see the potential in what I'm doing, I think.
Yeah. I inspire people around me to be their best selves.
I would say agree. I would say 100% agree. I'm always gassing people up, except for you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Except for
that's
on
true.
the pod. No, I'm gassing you up in real life.
No,
you can
yeah,
agree with that.
no.
I would always gas you guys up.
You're very good about that. Once I had decided to take on a course of action, I don't really care about what others think.
No, I'm going to hear out what other people say. I would say somewhat disagree, but I'm going to stick to, like, if I truly believe
You'll
it, I'm going to
fight
stick
for
to it.
your
I'm going to
your
fight for
thought
my
process.
belief, but
Okay. People place too much stock in fancy solutions as opposed to knuckling down.
Just fight me, bro.
I would say somewhat disagree. You know what? I'm down to fight, right? But I'm gonna hear out the other options.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that it's
Somewhat
there aren't any
disagree,
other
you said?
options. Somewhat disagree. Yeah.
All right. I place great stock in the advice I get from family and friends.
Oh, 100% agree. We already answered this question.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes, that is true.
I feel that I am more distant and self-contained compared to how I was 5 years ago.
I would say dead center on that. I haven't changed that much on that aspect.
I have had revenge fantasies that involve hurting others. 100% agree.
I don't disagree and I don't agree. I don't know. I have to
all
go dead
the
center
all
on
the
that
best
too.
heroes have some kind of
Spider-Man
moral flaw.
killed.
I'm not trying to
someone.
get the best hero here. I'm just trying to be me
Oh,
as
please.
a hero.
Spider-Man pushed that dude out the window.
Okay,
didn't he?
so you said middle
I'd say middle.
middle level of revenge
Yeah.
fantasy.
Listen, I could get Spider-Man on this if I really wanted to. I'm
Oh,
doing this
please.
genuine for the podcast to see what I actually
appreciate
am.
that. Failing on an assignment at work or school makes me think of myself as a failure.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Oh,
No,
man.
somewhat. I didn't try that hard. I knew that it was making me
Yeah.
feel bad, but I didn't care about it that much. Okay.
When people try to bully me, it
oh,
only strengthens
fuck. No,
my
it
resolve.
hurts me real bad. It makes me feel real
I
bad
am
about
rubber, you
myself.
are glue.
I'm the glue. Whatever they say just sticks with me for years on end. Takes a lot of therapy to get past.
I have always dreamt of exploring uncharted frontiers such as space, the ocean floor, etc.
Fuck no. Get me the fuck
you
away from
Aquaman?
space and the ocean floor. Okay, you know what? Space would be cool. If I was like, if it's like Marvel
You want to go
shit,
explore space?
I would say, I don't know. Listen.
You know the
this
Boeing aircraft's not
This
coming
is.
back,
I have
right?
some questions. I have some questions for you on this. Because yes, if it's real world shit, then no. And I'm going off of like, you know, I guess in the Marvel universe, does everyone have like the idea of that like, no, this is doable. Things like this are done in this universe, and it works out.
So
like,
I guess just think back to when you were a kid, because it says I have always dreamt of exploring Uncharted. So like maybe think to a time before you understood the real world
I think I was
repercussions.
I was terrified of what could go bad in space. Ultimately,
Yeah. Okay.
from the jump, yeah.
All right. I can be quite fierce with people who belittle me.
I would say I'll fight back if people are giving me shit. I would say
agree.
I would say I would stand up for myself. Somewhat agree.
Somewhat agree? Okay. Good today is better than great next week.
Ooh, shit. You know, idealistically, is that what we're going off of, or are we going off of my everyday actual
It's what
state?
you would... Or
Because
That's a good question, I guess.
ideally, I would say yes, 100% agree. Today is better than next week.
Okay.
I
think...
Oh, you know what? Okay, I think I've understood this better. So great next week is like prep time stuff.
I
Like
am
the Batman
settling
thing.
for a good today, or you could like feel like shit today and then have a great next week.
I'm kind of interpreting this as like a grass is always greener kind of thing. Like it's like
Really?
That's
Do
not
you
how I'm
think-
seeing it.
Do you think of today as being good, or are you always like, oh, next week will be better? You know?
To me, I'm looking at this as like your effort on a day-to-day basis. I'm looking at this as like even like a prep time kind of thing. Like are you going to go with I'm going to get it done now and I'm going to do good, or am I going to do it fucking flawlessly after a week of
Yeah,
prep
exactly.
time?
That's
Okay.
kind of what I'm feeling.
I think that Jackson's right on that. I think I'm going to go with good today. Being as good as possible every day. I'm going to say,
Okay,
I would
so
say
agree.
good today is 100% agree, yeah.
All right. After watching an emotional film, I can still feel moved by it for several hours.
Not several hours. I
That's
moved
so
like
long.
on the, I would say stay middle of the road on that because I can be moved, but it's
All right.
not that
Final
long.
question on this one. People have told me I have a snarky sense of humor.
Agree.
Oh.
Agreed, Spidey.
Agree. I'm Spider-Man. That's what I do.
Yeah, your quips are unreal.
Yeah, give us a quip quick.
Yeah, give us.
I
another
don't
quip.
have quips on the spot.
You're fighting
I have
Sandman.
a snarky sense of humor. That doesn't mean I just have an unlimited well of snarky humor.
Seth, you're Spider-Man and you're fighting Sandman right now. And you just beat him.
Does anyone have a towel? No. I should have. I'm gonna be cleaning sand out of my suit for weeks.
Okay. that was.
I'm never gonna get all the sand out of this suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it.
I'll have fun washing you out of my butt.
You know
crack
what?
Later,
Yeah,
Sandman.
dude, that's a great one. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Oh, that's good.
All right, let's get the reveal here.
All right, finish. Who do we have? 90%
Wow.
Spider-Man.
What the heck?
What did I tell you?
you were
70%
almost Black
Doctor
Panther.
Strange. I was almost Black Panther. That's crazy.
20% Thanos. I wonder
20
what did that.
I don't know what the Thanos was.
The revenge fantasies.
Okay, so I'm happy with Spider-Man, I guess. This is not the outcome that I was expecting. I wasn't expecting I'm a little bit of each hero, but
90% is pretty crazy
90%
for one
is
category.
this doesn't add up. To be totally honest.
No.
So I'm 90% and plus 70% plus 65%. I don't think it's like that though. I think it's just like
How
who you
you-
most like.
Right, who you
How much
most
your
relate
answers
to.
match to
I'm
each
pretty
person.
close to Doctor Strange, but I'm mostly Spider-Man.
Wow, awesome. Okay,
I'm closer to Black Panther.
you are. I have a shorter one here that I think will also be
Classic
fun.
a little bit of a
BuzzFeed.
different. feel.
Yeah, this is a BuzzFeed
I
one.
accomplished I could have gone 100% Spider-Man and literally nothing else if I wanted to on that
So this
quiz.
will be a little more of a straight up answer, I think. So which Marvel character are you internally and externally? So we're gonna get
Okay.
two solid answers here,
Okay.
I think. All right.
So
Okay,
first
great.
choose a vacation spot.
God, BuzzFeed quizzes suck
what?
so much.
BuzzFeed is terrible.
Where do you want to go on vacation?
How does where is
Where do you
the
wanna go?
evidence in the comic books
Where do you
as
want to go?
far as who prefers what vacation spot?
Dude, you haven't read number
What?
185 where they're
they go
arguing
to
about
Bangkok
Yeah.
or Paris.
Where the Hulk goes to Bangkok.
I wanted to go to Honolulu.
Okay, I would say shit. Okay, vacation spot doesn't make sense in New York doesn't make sense as a vacation spot in the comic books. Just saying. They go to fucking New York all the time. All the shit happens in New
They
York. They
essentially live
work
there,
there
yeah.
essentially. They live there. That makes no sense.
I mean, that's some people's preference, though, is not leaving home for
Honolulu.
a vacation.
Honolulu. All right. Pick something to eat for breakfast.
Oh, give me a bacon, egg, and cheese.
All right.
Yeah. That's my shit.
What is a quality you look for in a best friend?
And a best friend, good sense of humor. Good sense of humor.
All right.
That's the number one.
Which MCU origin movie is your favorite
What
so
the
far?
fuck, dude? This is the weirdest fucking question.
Which one do you like the most?
This is BuzzFeed, dude.
Okay.
Everyone knows Spider-Man
Which
loves
origin-
Iron
Bro,
Man.
that is true. Is that how they're going with
I
it?
don't
Or what?
know.
This is just where you pick what hero you are, isn't it?
They only take one question into
Oh shit.
consideration.
Oh shit. Black Panther is fucking incredible. Don't pick it yet. I really, really like
It's gotta be
Guardians of the
Guardians,
Galaxy.
come on.
I love
I wasn't
Iron
really a
Man
huge fan of the
too.
first one.
Iron Man did it well for I think. What was my favorite movie?
I kind
So-
of like Captain
so far.
America.
I think
I like Captain
Guardians of the
America, too.
Galaxy is my favorite.
All right.
That's my favorite as a movie. I think that the story is incredible on Black Panther, but I love space shit. I love like the weirdest comic book shit that you can come up with, and that's what Guardians of the Galaxy
Totally.
does. It totally leans into it.
And which MCU TV show has been your
Fucking
favorite
fuck
so
off.
far? You've seen all of
Loki.
them.
Loki is
Loki?
my favorite. These are not all of them, by the way, but Loki is
No,
my
it's a
favorite.
good selection. Choose someone to fight crime with.
Who's your
Fuck.
best friend?
Mark Ruffalo, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, Spider-Man
Samuel L.
would be
Jackson.
Spider-Man would be Benedict Cumberbatch, I think. No, don't. I'm not trying to be Spider-Man.
Tessa Thompson, Elizabeth Olsen.
You know what?
Zoe
Samuel L. Jackson,
Saldana.
of course. Can I pick Samuel L. Jackson?
I,
still?
He's so
that's the
badass.
obvious
Thank
one.
you.
I would
Thank
definitely
you.
either pick Samuel or Mark Ruffalo. It'd
Yeah.
be so funny
Yeah.
to fight crime.
Is
with.
this, is this like their hero?
Them
or
as
is
an
it-
actor.
No,
Just
that-
choose the actor? Of course it's fucking Samuel L. Jackson. Of course it's fucking Samuel L. Jackson.
Pick a TV character to save from Thanos' snap. We have Christina
What
Yang
are
from Grey's
these?
Anatomy, Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Arya Stark from Game of Thrones.
What the fuck? Dude, this makes no fucking
This is
sense.
this isn't related in the
What?
slightest.
What am I choosing? Are they like real people in
They're
their
real
universe?
people.
Because Christina Yang saves a ton of lives. Jake Peralta is just goofing off a lot. I've never seen Sexy Education.
Neither have
11
I.
has super fucking powers.
11 would be helpful in the fight against Thanos, I think, yeah.
Dude.
I don't know what the fuck Glenn
So
would
would
do.
Arya.
Get decapitated again, probably.
Arya would just kill Thanos with like fucking 2 seconds, apparently, because that's what she does.
She would. She
Kills the
would.
biggest
She would
threat in
drop
2
the blade
seconds.
and catch it again and
Yep.
just poke him.
Spoilers for Game of Thrones. Show that ended years ago. Let's go. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one of my favorite shows ever, so we're going.
You would save Jake Peralta.
The
I want to be
shitty,
friends
funny
with Jake.
cop.
I
You
wanna be
gave
friends with Jake.
reasons for almost everyone else on here except for Jake, and you're like, I
He's
want the
funny,
goofy
dude.
cop.
He's fucking goofy. And
Look at
you
that
know
face
what?
he's making.
He's one of the good cops.
He's one of the good ones,
He's
huh?
one of the good ones.
What's your
He helps
go-to
people.
karaoke song?
Oh, dude.
We have Bohemian Rhapsody, "Wannabe" by the Spice Girls,
Definitely not
"Shake It
that.
Off" by Taylor Swift,
Definitely
"What Makes
not.
You
I don't do
Beautiful"
karaoke. I
by One
love.
Direction,
love
"About Damn
karaoke.
Time" by Lizzo, and I don't do karaoke.
No, we're not doing that. That's the
I
last
know.
one.
You
I wouldn't
Bro,
choose any
my
of
go-to
those, yeah.
karaoke song is not on here, and
Yeah.
it's
of these,
"Ain't
which
No
would you do?
Sunshine." "Ain't No Sunshine" is my go-to, by Bill Withers. We're doing "Shake It Off." Bohemian Rhapsody is too long, otherwise I'd do that. But I love Taylor Swift.
And finally, pick an MCU duo.
Bro. Okay. As far as we're going as like iconic and best duo, I think
Pardon
power
me.
level.
Who are those guys?
Power
They're
level,
from
it's
Guardians.
gotta go
Uh.
to Thor and Loki if we're going off of power alone. Bucky and Steve are just boys being boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good old American boys.
T'Challa and Okoye are like the most stoic fuking
True.
badass.
Regal as shit. yeah.
regal as shit, like getting shit done as people. Well, I guess
Yeah.
T'Challa has the same. I think T'Challa and Okoye and Bucky and Steve are pretty close. I think Thor and Loki is more iconic. It's the most iconic.
All right. Let's get the result.
Inside, I'm the fucking Winter Soldier.
You're Bucky Barnes on the
And
inside.
outside, I'm Thor.
Yeah,
you
that,
must have
that
picked the
makes
same
sense.
breakfast.
What does that make
Yeah,
me?
dude, that's Bucky's favorite breakfast.
Yeah, dude, me and fucking Bucky would be chilling in Honolulu. You know?
No,
On the-
that was Thor's.
That
On
was
the
Thor
inside-
on the outside. What the fuck?
You're Bucky.
I'd-
You're quiet, loyal, and practical. You're someone who prefers to spend time alone and not
No.
in big groups.
no.
It often takes you a little while to warm up to new people.
no.
And on the outside, you're like Thor. You're sincere, generous, and a leader.
And
You're someone
hot.
who appears to not take life too seriously. You want to make sure everyone around you is having an amazing time, even if that means you keep some of your own problems to yourself.
Bro, both of these are fucking just like counterintuitive. I don't get it. I don't get it. So I'm just, my outside is entirely a different person than who I am on the inside. Like total opposite. I guess that makes sense. My therapist would agree.
Yeah, tell your therapist that you're Bucky next
I'm gonna
time.
tell, bro. Listen, if you wanna send your therapist, if you want to let your therapist know they got the biggest barrel of their life, let them know you're Bucky on the inside and Thor on the outside. They're getting a fucking payday. That's our fucking Marvel results. I'm Spider-Man.
No,
No, you're
I'm
Bucky
Spider-Man
you're
first.
Bucky on the
I'm
inside.
Spider-Man
Thor.
first, and then I'm Bucky on the inside, and Thor on the outside. I'm happy with Thor on the outside. He's got to be the sexiest of all of them, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, probably.
If I've
In
got
the
all
earlier
Thor's
movies.
assets, then come on, he's looking good now. He's
He was in
looking
his
good.
prime.
That was in his prime. You're right. I think that's all we got for today's episode. Thank you for
Sure
joining
is.
us. A little teaser for next week. In between, since the Olympics just finished, they just, we have the closing ceremony and everything. And
Time for the real Olympics.
It's time for the real Olympics. It's going to be the Wisconsin Olympics episode 20 special. We're bringing our friend Ryan on.
And we're also getting special guest,
Special
Jason
guest.
Father God
No,
Capitelli
shut the
or
fuck
whatever.
up. No, he's never welcome. No, he would know where you live, Kyle. Think about that.
He would
You
also
can't-
kill us in all of
He
the
would
beer
also kill
chugging
us.
competitions.
He would
so.
win. He would win. So we don't want the competition. We don't want the smoke. We are so Kyle, Jackson, me, and Ryan. I think I said his last name. I'm cutting that out. My friend Ryan, he's joining us. We're all competing. We're doing some teams things. We're doing some one-on-one things. Do you have the list pulled up? I think I have it in
No,
the doc.
we'll
Let me-
we'll do that.
We'll do that next time. We'll do that next time. But look forward to that. Episode 20, the Olympic Spectacular. Thank you for joining us today. Congrats to the U.S. Congrats
Hell
to
yeah.
everyone that won in the Olympics. Congrats to Ray Gunn. You single-handedly tanked the
Embarrassed every
Embarrassed
breakdancer,
every
every b-boy that's
breakdancer.
been out there.
every b-boy. And yeah, join us next time. It's going to be a real fun time. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time. Take her easy.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you.